love it. It says it's showtime. Great job showing up for yourself again to journal and plan with me. We've been talking about how setting an intention to take a look at our guidelines to help us keep focused to understanding our why. Yesterday we did some reconsidering or considering our values. And today we're going to take some time to consider our boundaries. What do I mean by boundaries? It's where you start and when you end. I was literally 15, more like half hour ago, got into a text exchange and full knowing that phone call is way better than text. I went ahead and stated something to someone, got me really upset. Family member, usually it's a family member. And Jimmy said, let it go. And it's important to start with our values because let's say if family was one of these things that you put down as a value and you started asking yourself why and going deeper, it could help us to set boundaries so we could keep peace. And I'm speaking to those who want to speak their voice, me, give your opinion, me. And so it's letting go, finding peace. I had a friend once who came to my house with a little gift, said, I am bringing my peace offering. And it was so funny to me because that doesn't even come across my head, like, ever. But when she said that, I stopped for a moment and I said, wow, okay. Very, very important, right? So whether you're in my side of the corner who must say everything or those who are seeking peace, let's today you're gonna take some time to set your boundaries, where you begin and where you end. And if you're anything like me, and if you want to go in that fight, we usually come out very stressed in the other end, right? Trying to prove justice or innocence or that we're right. So anyway, sorry about the little preaching moment. Today, we're talking boundaries, and let's bring up the prompt question I'm putting here. This is something I do at the beginning, if you guys can see in this daily journal. To keep my why, right? My guidelines of my values, what's important, and then boundaries. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to consider our boundaries, where we start and where we end. It didn't fill it in. But anyway, thanks for joining. Good job again, showing up for yourself. And so let's take some time. So yesterday we did values. Let's say it is family for you. Write down a guideline, what you can control, where you can start and where you can end. So shout out to my husband for reminding me and saying let it go, right? And so how can we let go? What are some stuff that you're going to begin and end? All right, enough of me talking. Let's get to journaling. And again, if you have questions when you watch the replay, something doesn't make sense, please drop it in the comments. And obviously, if you're live, those who are live, thanks for joining. Put in the comments as well. Most of you guys know me, and I don't check my phone. Today is the first time I have my phone available. I usually have it to show my journaling. All right, let's get to considering some boundaries that you could write for today. we are taking time to reflect. This is what these sessions are about. I know it says journal and plan with me, and we're being intentional, with our journaling and our planning. You see how the planning can start to form in here once we can anchor on what our values are and what our new boundaries are. So, so going in this example, and I just wrote down some ideas, and again, I shared to prompt, but if you're live, you want to share, please do. It would be great. More of you guys, less of me. So I'm just prompting questions. So with the thing, a boundary, like face-to-face conversations, a lot of people, and including myself, I used to do a lot of boundaries starting with I will not, right? And what happens, that's called negation. The more we focus on the not, right? Like, don't think of a pink elephant. You just saw the pink elephant in your living room. So we want to affirm what we can have, right? So I wrote face-to-face conversations. Okay, that's an easy result to this situation. It could also, let's go deeper. So I wrote drop the cell phone, and I don't mean drop it if you don't have insurance. Although insurance doesn't work, guys. $18, $20-something. You can replace it at a local store for $65. Your whole screen. Anyway, put the cell phone down. Take a deep breath. I know the music just overpowered that, but you know how to breathe. And set a time to talk. We're stopping to look at our boundaries, to set our week. Sometimes we're in a go, 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 and it's like this important conversation that's gonna nourish, strengthen your relationship to this value of ours that when we said family. Are you guys starting to see the power of reflecting, of stopping for a second? It's 15 minutes, guys. 15 minutes that you've been taking. This is day 14. So stop for a second. So we're not recreating the same scenarios. So, and obviously, if my husband is here or not, then you get an accountability partner, right? Put the phone down. Let's breathe together. Why not? Set a time to talk face to face, right? So we're going from this big thing. Sometimes we drop solutions and we don't break that down. Okay, so I'm not sure what you have in your end. So we're going to do an exercise to whatever you wrote as a boundary, right? Your boundary could be at a certain time. Your boundary can be waking up at a certain time. Your boundary can be making sure you journal before you go and see your family. And so all these things, whatever you have, let's set an intention. This is going to be a short one. And I know we've used this, but I got a new word for you. It's actually it's not new. We've used it before. Last week we talked about it's safe to, right? So here's that phrase again. I get to, right? Because what is the difference? And I want you to actually do it with me. And I'm gonna do mine, right? I'm gonna do mine. You're gonna do yours on this boundary that you're setting. Let's try trial one, and that's I will. I will put my phone down, take a deep breath, and set a time to talk face to face. What are you feeling when you use that I will fill in the blank? Take some time. What's the feeling? What's the body language? For me, it's putting pressure in the shoulders and the back. Let's try whatever boundary you just used, and we're gonna put I get to. So I'll go unless there's any comments in here. Nope. I get to put my cell phone down, Deep breath. And set up a time to talk face to face. What difference for you when you took out will? We call that pressure language, and you put in get. Take a few minutes to write that down, to take that in. What's the difference for you? For me, definitely that sensation or that pressure, and because I added a breath too, it's gone. What happens to you when you put I get to? Lots of clients have said it gives me the sense that I have an opportunity, which is true. If we're talking about relationships, again, if family is important, nourishing and strengthening that relationship that's mainly in communication, spending time together, that's how it grows, right? Like, how do you grow a plant? You give it water, sunlight, right? And yes, there's dirt too, and so you got to go through that, right? That's part of the nourishment of growing a plant and growing us as human beings. So I would love to know what came up for you. Please drop it in the comments. I know some you have text me or call. Drop it in the comments because it could spark somebody else situation or even examples when we share here. And besides, and the fact too that it helps with the algorithm to find for people to find this. We're in day 14. We got 7 days to go. And if you've been showing up here and this has helped you, it can help somebody else. That's what I get to do. I get to do this as a living, which is so cool. So please, call to action, drop it in the comments. Let's start exchanging these new affirmations, because how do we stay away from negation, the don't know? We do affirmation on what's true, on what you can do, what you can control. How do we from this pressure language, I should, I will, we get into this opportunity language, which is I get to, it's safe to, because you're taking the time to find out your why. If you wrote God, that is super. What about God? What about your relationship with God? What about it? Right? What is it that you want? Right? Let's start getting very solid on our why, which seeing your guidelines daily, right? Because remember, out of sight, out of mind. Seeing our guidelines is going to allow us to take a step back and remember these things, right? So this situation where the family member came up, it has not been in my boundaries. I've been very focused on about like my sleeping, and it's like, well, what's more important, Patty? My sleep and productivity, or my relationship and family? So great questions. Thank you for journaling and planning with me today. I will see you again tomorrow, same time, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. Drop your boundary in the comments below. See you tomorrow. Love you guys. Awesome job.